welcome to this I Am Satsang, the second week of January. It's freezing outside, but hopefully you're warm and safe inside. Coming to you live here from my humble abode, this crystal palace, this sacred yurt in this holy Crystal River Valley in Colorado. So I have a little mantra to share here today. Join in and sing along if you like. It's pretty easy to catch on to. Sing into this beauty, the Divine Mother, the very essence of this manifest reality. Om Tara. Infinite love and compassion. It lives within and around all of us. Om Tara, Tu Tara, Tu Ri Sua. 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 Om Tara, tara, to re, so om tara, to 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 tara, to re, so just taking some moments there to be in the beauty of the stillness. We spend so much time responding to life and being in the middle of all the activity and everything that our life is. Such a gift to take those moments and really tune in within and just listen and just feel, really focus your awareness inside yourself. Just be aware of what all the great teachings point towards. Because this I am, this pure awareness that we are, it's right here always in every moment. And then there's all the things that we are in our life, all our humanness and our stories and problems and desires and all those things, all those amazing things that it is to be human. And we forget that we're the presence, we're the I am, we are the very source of experience itself, the very core of our being, right here. It's pure creation, pure love, pure potential. This is what the I am is. It's what you are, what we are, in our very essence, at the very root of consciousness. So to take time to be in the stillness and feel into our heart, just feel into the earth, feel into the heavens, feel into our body, into the fullness of what we are. Allow that to expand. This is really the simple teaching. The more you can do that and tune in, really focus on that inner self, the energetic self, the awareness, the pure I am, before you are anything else. This is what it's all about. But that takes effort, it takes diligence, it takes training, it takes intention, and it takes removing all of the things, the blocks, the energies, the emotional traumas and patterns, all these things that keep us from actually seeing and knowing and feeling, being in, resting in the truth of who we are. And so it's both immediate, it's right here always. You can go right to it once you start to really grok that capacity. But in the process, it takes all the spiritual teachings and cleansing and purifying our bodies and our diet and our time in nature and finding ways to tune and sing and chant and be in desire and devotion and our sexuality and connection and intimacy and authenticity. There's all so many layers of our humanness. And we gotta clean up the house in order to be able to relax and feel down into our essence. And then how do we bring that to our lives? How do we live from that rooted place in the heart, the I am, the very core of self? You can. This is what I'm here to share. It's that it's real, that you can really find this as a practice, energetic practice, like a Qigong or things like that, where you use the energy of your own consciousness to remain in this centered and expanded, rooted, grounded place, which keeps your consciousness aware in that I amness, and then be in your life, doing what you're doing what you love, doing what you're here to be of service for. So I have some cards here. This is my card deck. Call it the I Am Compass, and it's 64 different mandalas and mantras based on the I Ching out of China. And so I thought I'd choose a couple as we're working on this week, this idea of how to survive and thrive and feel fully alive. As we move into this new year, the new moon and February 2nd is the lunar new year. So we've had this solar lunar year, and now we're moving towards the lunar. And I'm going to be launching a course then as well called the Blueprint Bootcamp. And I'll get to explain that a little bit more, but it's all about helping you find alignment to this inner I am and using that to bring all the different aspects of your life, 12 different aspects in your blueprint, into alignment with your true self, with the truth within you, within I am. And so, and this blueprint is made up of 12 of these that will be unique to you based on your astrology. And meaning each person's blueprint has 12 different codes, or some of them might be the same. But so anyway, these are the codes of the I am. They come with some deeper meanings and tensions on the back, which I will go through. And we're going to do a little practice here. So, this is working with the collective of whoever's tuning in to this energetic of the I am, who's ready for this next evolutionary expression of what it means to be a human here on the planet. Calling in everybody into this Sangha who's really ready to rise and to unite together in this Sangha of transformation, of potential and power, of living as the source that we are, the real creators, the real connected, compassionate creators who know that we're here as crystal beings, light beings, awake beings, embodied beings of divine essence, as here as our human, to come and play and dance and be of service and give our gifts and all these things. But it's this freedom from the conditioning, the control paradigm that's been overlaid on us through our parents and society and all these things. And this is the process, is to break free of all of those thoughts and patterns and energetics that have been keeping you locked in the old world, in the 3D. And it's time to expand into your fifth dimensional beingness and learn how to embody that in purpose, on purpose, on purpose. Nice. All right, so today what we're going to do is a little practice I like to do with these cards, which is maybe called Fear and Love. It's drawing 2 cards. So the first one is to ask, what's the fear that we're sitting in right now, in this collective, on this time in the planet, and we'll see what we get from these cards. And I'm feeling, where are we? All right. This guy. All right. So we got bless. And so each one of these is made of these photographs of river ice, which gives you all the texture and light and these frequencies of energetics and with colors overlaid. So then there's some more wisdom on the back. But it says, blessing each moment, offering gifts to life, I'm holy. Now, since we were asking what's the fear, and each of these cards is pointing towards our highest potential. They all, no matter what state, each of these 64 represent different energetic state of being, a different state of consciousness. So we're looking at the shadow of this, which might be, blessing each moment and offering gifts to life. So you might say like cursing this moment, really hating this moment right now, and not offering your gifts, right? Closing down and I am holy is the thing, so it's bless, I am holy. That's like the main mantra. So if we're putting a viewpoint on the world of that we hate what's going on right now, what's happening in our life, inside ourselves, our family, and the world, whatever that kind of dominant expression is, and feeling really unconnected, right? Connected from yourself and from the world, because if you're feeling that kind of anger and hate and separation and despair and grief, whatever that kind of darkness is for you, you're just very, very disconnected from the truth of who you are. You're living a limited perception of yourself, a shadow, right? A pattern. And so that's what we're sitting in, is like this place of like not recognizing the beauty in this moment and really closing ourselves down, and so not able to really bless and see the holiness, the truth that we are and that is inherent in this moment. So that's our shadow. And if we were to ask now, so what's going to help activate a higher perspective, to bring resonance, this shadow, into integration into the light? And I think this time I'm just going to cut it and just see where we go. Right there. No, it says. All right. So then we get together. And it says on the back, together. Being with family and friends, celebrating life together. I am home. So this is interesting, different energetic to the other one, especially looking at the shadow. So we're feeling all alone, right? Feeling disconnected, not really in love with what's happening in our life and the world, and that there's nobody here helping us. And so the wisdom of the compass is saying, in order to break that in this moment, is to focus on family and friends and your place, and really feeling at home in who you are, and feeling that love that's around in your community. And so that's kind of a beautiful one, and in a way implies some action, but also maybe just implies or says to just tune in and realize that you right now in this moment, you have people in your life who love you, who are right here for you, and that where you are on this planet is a beautiful place to be, and that it's your home. And that may mean you move or not move in the future, but if you really live into feeling at home, being at home here on this planet, this is what the Om Tara chant's all about. It's really connecting to that mother, that love, that embodied essence here in reality, really feeling that, and that as we do that, allowing the light of our true essence to come in and feel safe to be here. It opens up all of the shadows, all of the constriction, all of the patterns, all the things blocking us from experiencing ourselves how we really can be, what we really are. And there's great freedom in this. And I'm getting cold, so I'm going to open up the fire a little bit. Probably getting down into single digits again out there. So that's some good wisdom from the compass, which it always provides. And there's always many ways to interpret them, and the best way, the main thing that I offer, is to focus on feeling into these states, not trying to understand it with your mind, but actually feeling in to what's your state of being. So like with the fear card, really feeling into that sense of being separate and alone and hating this moment or what's going on in your life, and really cursing it by projecting out that energetics and feeling that. So just tuning into that allows that to come into your awareness, to open up, and just be present. If you center into the heart, this is really the technique I'd like to share, centering in the heart. We'll just do that for a moment now. Just bringing all of your awareness into your heart. What we're establishing is a connection to our own self, to our I am. This is the practice, the energetic Qigong. And it begins with centering in the heart. We're even discovering this scientifically, how this balances the mind and the body. It harmonizes everything. And then spiritually, it's that plus more. So, once you're able to really center and still yourself down into the heart, and what you're wanting to do is activate this higher heart. And you do this either by, depending on your capacity, just invoking a feeling of gratitude and love. And a simple way to do that is to think about something that you just love more than anything in life, some experience or person or whatever it is, some desire even, just whatever that is for you. Just allow that to light your heart up and feel the love and the gratitude that you feel for that thing. And then let go of the thought and just come into your heart and just feel that feeling. Just keep growing it. This is devotion. This devotion to God, to spirit. This is devotion to the earth and to yourself and to the world. You're just learning to radiate a heart presence, to open yourself with gratitude. This is an immense tool, amazing tool. Because now once you begin to develop that and allow that to expand and now bring that up through your body, this focused gratitude, awareness, this center of being, up to the very top of the head. And what we're wanting to do is open the same sort of vibrational connection that we've developed in our heart. So like this higher mind, this higher source connection to the source above. It's an energetic center above us. And as we feel into that and allow that to open and expand, and then begin feeling the connection that comes to the heart. There is an energy, like the sun's rays shining down through you as that upper energy center opens and becomes more and more connected and expanded, allowing more bandwidth for source energy to flow through you and into your heart, uniting these two centers. And as that begins to come online, feeling your way down through your body and down to the base of the spine. And feeling down through your legs and down into the heart of the earth. And with this same love and gratitude, feeling down, establishing this connection like you have roots that are spreading deep down into the earth, really connecting in. And in the same way as this energy center opens and expands, your bandwidth, a flow of energy, like the waters of life flowing up through your roots, through into your whole body, into your heart. and uniting this heart and this lower energy center. And then when you come back into the heart, and now allow yourself to just expand all the way up and expand all the way down. So you're like centered here, but expanded. So this is like a focus and expansion all at once. Feeling the top of the head and the base of your spine is a good way to do that, to really expand and center in the heart. And feel what opens up inside. There's this vortex flow of energies going up and down, the divine masculine energies and the divine feminine energies flowing, uniting in the heart, expanding and spiraling out. So this is what I consider connection. This is a practice to establish centered and grounded connection to your own innate self, your I am, this inner essence, this source energy flow within, this place of pure consciousness and potential. It's like entering into this great void within your consciousness where you are the source of creation itself. And the more that you develop this ability, the more, and you practice what I'll be sharing here, what I am teaching, the more that becomes obvious and a tool and a place you can access more and more frequently with more and more power to transform your life and manifest things and just really to live in flow and alignment with your own truth. That's really the deepest essence. So now that we've established this connection, and when you float off and forget, come back to the heart and expand up and down and out. Now be willing to open to what's going on in your experience, in your life right now. All the things, whatever it is, problems with money or relationships or your body or, depression and grief or anger and rage and separation, all these ways you're not blessing the world, not feeling this holiness that you are. But as you stay centered in the heart, allowing that just to arise, we're just wanting to kind of unpack it, bring it out energetically in our field, open up all these locked places in our experience, in our body, in our energy. And now, and as we do that, staying centered and expanded, it just gives us that spaciousness from it, right? So we can just see the thoughts and the emotions and the things arising up, but we don't become them, get locked inside of them, get bound by them into our limited perception of reality, but we can stay in this expansion as the source itself. So then the third step is to release. So we've had to connect, open, and now we're going to release. So the releasing is like this integration practice, this alchemy. And what you do is sweep your awareness through your whole field, and I'm moving my hands at the same time as I'm moving my thought, my feeling essence through my body, up to the very top of the head and down to the base of the spine. And you can use your hands too to amplify this for yourself, to really feel the energy of this in your body, in your field. And as you move your mind and your feeling awareness with this is really the power. And what we're doing now is just integrating. So we've opened things up, brought stuff out, opened little dark places and old stories and wounds, and now we're just bringing it back into this integration, this wholeness. This really is a rewiring process of your mind and your energetic state of being, because we engaged certain parts of our life, these stories that often would close our energy down and create a limited perception of reality, of our experience. And by invoking that, opening up to that, but then staying in this expansion and now doing this clearing, this integration, we're creating a new state, a new way of being. And so now as we move into the fourth step, which is to embody and expand whatever reality you would like to experience right now in this moment. And the cards were pointing to this place of recognizing the beauty in this moment, to be a blessing in this moment, to realize you are holy, you are a sacred divine creator, you are love itself, and through that offering the gifts of who you are to life. And as you step into this knowingness that you are always home, that you're always held in this love, even as hard as it might be sometimes, there are people who can show up your family, your friends who are here and love you, and then our spirit guides and the very source of life itself, our own higher self, right here, available in every moment. So we can step in and embody what would we like to experience right now. So if you think of whatever that story is, your problem, whatever thing you were facing or you are, it's still here. But now what's your relationship to it? And can you change your energy and say, oh, okay, now I would like to experience this in response to what I've seen in my life around me. This is what I want to be experiencing right now. And then you can continue this practice if you notice other parts can rise up and say, that's not possible, or I don't want that, or who do I think I am to get that, or they're not going to change, or any of those kind of voices, all those critics and all those are all other programs going on in this story here. So recenter, get in the heart and reconnect, up and down. Just come back into this expansion, this centered, open state of being. Now, welcome in those voices. Search where are they coming from in your body, in your emotions, in your mind. Where do they come in your life? You can ask timeline. When did I first start to believe this story, that people can't change, or that the world is this way, or my life is this way? This is like the ongoing practice. So now you've centered, connected, opening up to what is, some new story, some new perspective, old, new old, another one that's here. We're full of them, maybe thousands or something, so it takes all, like the rest of our life. And now, practice is sweeping of energy, bringing it all back into integration and wholeness, back into this flow of source energy, this fully expanded and connected state of being. And now embodying what you would like to. And you command it, you think it, you feel it from above, and you find resonance. This is the most essential key. And feel in your heart what thought really excites you. And then can you feel the love attached to that thought? And then can you actually be that in your body? This is the embody and expand state and practice. And to just really allow yourself to embody and radiate that frequency, that new energetic. And let's just try the cards again right now and just see what's a good one right now in this now moment. So the card is root, and I'm laughing. This one is in my blueprint, and it's one of the ways. It's in what I call your exchange code, which is the way that we exchange energy and information and emotional beingness. It's like how we attune and share and radiate in the world and help others. And so the way that I do that, and my code says root, feeling into my feet, connecting with the earth, I am grounded. And grounded in a beautiful way, right? Not in the punished way. So that's a gift that I offer to you and to the world, is this resonance, this capacity of being grounded and rooted in your own essence, and how you can use that to transform your life, story by story, moment by moment, whatever's arising for you. This is the practice, to connect and then to open to what is, now release it, and then to embody what you want to embody. And this is, to me, the supreme spiritual teaching and capacity, because it applies to everything in your entire life. Anything ever you can practice this. And every level or stage of enlightenment, of expansion, of awakening, all transformation is like this. This is how I developed this process, began to see this, because what happens when you release something is you come back into an expanded state of your own essence. This might happen during sex or hiking mountains or whatever it is for you that really gives you that blissful high and feeling so good and alive and who you are. And then we get back into life and forget all this stuff. Well, this that's what's happening when you're having those experiences. You're in this centered and grounded and expanded state. That's your natural essence. That's how we feel at home. That's how we actually feel totally alive. And there's nothing missing. We're like so full because we are it. We're everything. We are connected in that deep way. So this happens in experiences in our life. But what I began to see and am sharing here is that you can actually learn to practice that on purpose. And that by learning the actual energy of what happens in those kind of experiences, and then using that to work with what's actually arising in your life, which may be a lot of other shit, a lot of other struggle and old traumas. And I can tell you, even for me, just even recently, like a lot in the last couple of years, everything that's going on the planet. But even specifically this winter has been all kinds of different deeper layers of trauma and old stories coming up for me. And this is what I practice that helps me move through those really quickly, and alchemize them very quickly, versus getting lost in them and going down some addiction or depression path or something like that, which I did used to do in my life. And I think all of us do in different ways, right? So it's to keep like becoming the master of who you are, mastering your own consciousness, taking control of that, and no longer being dominated by your experiences in order to determine who you are and who you want to be in this now moment. So this is the technique. This is the way. To me, they're really, you might have other ways to access than what I'm sharing, but I would say when you do that, when you achieve that in terms of finding a place of freedom and spaciousness and feeling grounded and whole and optimistic about your reality and all of that, this is what's happening in your field. And when you really begin to live it and ground it, this is like the ultimate, because if it's just in the mind, that's one. Then you got to start feeling it. You bring it down to here, and then most of our gunk is way down here in the unconscious, the embodied energy center down here, down below. And so we have to keep bringing that light down, 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 and really grounding in physical reality. And as we do that in this connected and open, expanded place, you really get to experience how a change in your frequency, a change in your focus, your vibration changes events, changes circumstances in your life, and new opportunities and things start to flow in this new vibrational beingness. And that's really the choice, and that's the power that you have. That's what you're here to live. This is what I really see as your main primary purpose, is to realize that you are the source. You are a creator yourself. In every moment, you're creating your experience inside of yourself. Your energetic, emotional, mental, embodied state of being is you. You're creating it. Now, if you're not aware of that, it's because you're living all these patterns and conditions that you took on, all these energetics that you've taken on in your life that are a distortion from your true essence. And so the practice is simply to begin learning to find an alignment, how you tune in to the energetics, the feeling sense of your own essence, and practice what I'm teaching here, this alchemy, how you work with the other things, and then how do you listen and tune in and find the resonance of what's really true for you. That's what the fourth stage is really all about, finding this resonance, this embodied expression. And when you can feel it all the way in your being, feels true. It's this resonant, feel good, fully alive state of being. And then whatever idea is in there is what you begin to attract and create this in your vibrations based on the thought, that core energy thought form that then becomes a felt sense and then an embodied expression. Now you're it. You're living that reality. Now your external may still be catching up to you because it's got like, a history coming along. And so you might look at your life and be like, well, nothing's changed in my life, so fuck it all, that doesn't work. But it's not like that. This is where you have to keep returning to that pure essence, that pure vibration with great intention, deliberateness every day. And that's the deeper part of this work and practice. It's how do you stay grounded and rooted in the vibration of your choosing, in the frequency of your own unique essence versus all the other patterns that will arise in your life, and keep working with them and keep grounding and intending to be that pure essence. So this is, to me, like they said, the ultimate spiritual teaching and practice. All other things lead to this capacity. And the more that you develop this really core practice for yourself, the more power and freedom and then love and bliss and joy you'll find in your life, even in the middle of all the chaos and the other patterns and all those things arising. And they may not be fun in the moment. They definitely are not. And but you have a way to work with them quickly and really accelerate your spiritual evolution by bringing these things into alignment instead of getting lost to them and struggling through all these other things. So this is the work, this is the technique, and coming up on February 2nd, 2022, so 2/2/2022, I am starting the first ever Blueprint Bootcamp. And this blueprint is 12 of these codes, these mandalas and mantras, along with sound healing tones and other practices to help you activate the energetics of each of these 12 codes in 12 different areas of your life. Starting off with your body code, and then moving to your emotional body, your mental and your spiritual, and then finding and activating this bliss body, and how you rise and expand into this fifth dimensional beingness and really live as the pure I am source awareness that you are. So this Blueprint Bootcamp is a 6-week series where I'll be taking you through 2 of these codes each week, activating these in your life. You'll be activating them, doing these techniques and meditations and practices, and have a spiritual community of other people in the Sangha that you'll be joining with, and there'll be a private Facebook group and weekly sessions with me through Zoom that will be recorded also. And so if that's of interest to you, there'll be a link in the description at iamsangha.com. The description will be down below. And I am offering some 15-minute free discovery sessions if you would like just to meet with me and ask any questions, or we'll work on some specific issue or code with you in that 15-minute window, help you find some more confidence in if you'd like to follow this path and take this leap into the Blueprint Bootcamp and really accelerate your spiritual evolution into this place of real mastery for yourself. So, in your life and for the world, really allow the gifts of who you are, your real purpose, the real you, to show up and to be present and to be there for others, be there for your life. So, thank you for taking the time to be with me whenever you are and hear these words, and I hope you find it inspiring and useful, and that we did actually bring some greater freedom and expansion to your life and love in this now moment. And stay tuned for more about this Blueprint Bootcamp coming up February 2nd of 2022. And I'm wishing you all so much love and blessings.